Greetings and welcome to our series of weekly devotionals, where we reflect on some of the readings for this upcoming Sunday, which is, I have failed to mention up to this point, Christ the King, or Reign of Christ, or Realm of Christ Sunday. So recently I sang a song that was written by a really good songwriter, and it used the language of sisters and brothers, brothers and sisters everywhere. And someone afterwards suggested that the language was a bit gender exclusive and I should think about using siblings instead, which I understand the point. Of course, siblings doesn't quite work in the structure of the song, so I think my songwriter friend would have to give that a little bit more thought. But I do understand where he's coming from. Sometimes I do feel like a bit of an old fuddy-duddy when it comes to some of the new language choices and using the correct pronouns, which I am all in favor of. It's just that sometimes I have a hard time adapting to the new sort of forms of language. But I get the point. And one of the passage I want to look at today is a passage in the Gospel of Luke. And it's actually the Song of Simeon. It's a song of salvation. And this was adapted actually by the Catholic Church, made into a Latin song called the Benedictus. But if we look back at the historical origins of this Song of Simeon, we might learn that this, in fact, song was adapted from older forms of language, from old praise songs, from Psalms in the Psalter, in fact, from Hannah's song, which is found in the first book of Samuel. And there are some elements of a Jewish blessing all found in Simeon's song, used and adapted for a new purpose, a new form. Something new. We celebrate Christ the King Sunday, this coming Sunday, and certainly at one time that language was kind of subversive. Certainly in the time the earliest Christian communities were worshiping, to suggest that someone other than the Roman emperor was a king was indeed an act of subversion. But of course that language of kingship, sort of male dominant patriarchy, is perhaps not quite as subversive as it used to be. Perhaps time for new language, new forms of expression, new images. And in this Song of Simeon, Christ referred to as a dawn, a light, the seed of promise, the seat of God's compassion, a day spring, a wellspring of life. It reminds us that there are many, many different forms, expressions for our God, for Jesus, and perhaps time to lose some of those old forms of language. And so perhaps you might reflect on what are the expressions that resonate for you, for God, for Christ. How have they changed, and what might speak to you today? Amen.